I just wanted to make a quick message about how it is when somebody is trying to be, in God's will and do God's ministry. It's like the more you're being used by God, the more the devil does everything in his power to just throw his fiery darts at you, and you're just, after the last video I posted, I could just feel the heaviness and the weight of my burden and of the attacks of the enemy. And you really do get these spiritual demonic attacks when you're doing God's will. And sometimes I just want to encourage people for who's actually trying to do right. You're actually keeping yourself from evil, but the devil's just attacking you in all these other ways, and you just feel terrible, you feel low, you feel down, you feel unworthy. And I was listening to my Pandora while I was getting ready today, and I just kept hearing music that normally I'll just hear this random music, but for some reason it was playing music that was very encouraging. How God just loves us in our darkest hour, in our lowest moments, when nobody else turns to look at you or even want to be around you. He is always there, even in your darkest moment, even when you feel like God has finally sick and tired of you, and he still loves you, and he still cares for you, and he's the best friend you can ever have. He's the best father you can ever have. And I just want to encourage you, don't let the devil deceive you that nobody cares, that God's abandoned you, because it's not true. He loves us, and he sees us trying. He sees, you praying, you fasting. He sees that you are trying your hardest, and even in a moment of weakness, when there's nothing you can do, there's nothing more you can do about it, but just let God deal with it and let God help you out of it. And we all get those days where it's just like the devil's beating down on you so bad, and it just feels like, man, there's no way out. What about my testimony? What about, I'm supposed to be a perfect Christian, and I'm just ruining it. And there's days like that when we hit rock bottom spiritually. So maybe you're not out there, drinking or doing drugs, but sometimes spiritually you're just hitting rock bottom, and you just feel so like you just can't even help yourself. And I know that it's hard sometimes, but God is so loving, so kind, and he doesn't think like everybody else. He has good, loving thoughts about you. He loves you. He wants to see you make it. Yes, he's a God of love, and he's also a God of judgment, and he will judge our sin. But at the end of the day, he does really love us and care about us and wants us to do the right thing. That's the only reason why he disciplines us, because he disciplines those he loves. So don't let your mind tell you, or anything tell you, that God doesn't care, because he does care about you, and he truly loves us even when we don't even love ourselves. And he will not let you stay in the mud, in the mire, all by yourself. Help is on the way, even when it seems like you're going to stay that way. He will help you. He will deliver you. Keep fasting. Keep praying. Get together with another Christian that will help you and pray with you, that you can trust. Because you can't just trust anyone. You know, some people are just nosy. But there's people that will pray with you and will fast with you. And if you need prayer for anything, you know, you can write it in the comments and I will pray for you. And I really do mean it when I say I will. And just keep waiting for God to come back and stay on the right path. Don't give in. Don't give up.